three double lifts you saw me performing were the twirl double lift. I showed you three different variations of using it. Okay, and just in case you didn't understand what the difference was, I'm gonna tell you what the difference was. The first one was to turn around the card standardly and use a twirl double lift to turn it back around. The second variation is to use the twirl double lift to turn it facing up and then turn it back around in a standard way. And the last variation was to use the twirl double lift to turn it facing up and use it again to turn it back around. And these are three different variations of using the twirl double lift. And of course, it was a double. Okay, and I can say my favorite variation is the first variation, so you would perform a standard double lift and use the twirl double lift to turn it back around, because I think it looks more natural if you just turn around the card and then you would do the twirl double lift, and it would kind of look like you would do a fancy move, and I'm pretty sure the audience would enjoy it because he knows or she knows that you are a magician. However, I'm gonna teach you the first variation, so my favorite variation, and once you can do the twirl, you can decide which one of these three variations you're gonna perform. So that's been said, let's get started with the explanation for the twirl double lift. So first of all, I'm gonna teach you the move in slow motion so you can see what happens. Now first of all, you have a break underneath two cards. Okay, you do a double lift. I leave it out jogged because I need to get to this grip. Okay, and if I have it out jogged, I can just press with my index finger on the top edge, so it lifts up here. Now I have to get to this grip. So my thumb is contacting this corner and my middle finger at the top corner, so the non-index corners. Okay, then I just move the deck away from the deck. Okay, and my index finger rests on the top edge. And notice that these two fingers don't play a role in this move. Now I have to perform the twirl. I use my index finger to pull the card towards myself and it spins. Okay, so a 360 spin and then 180 back. Once I'm here, I'm gonna turn my wrist so the back of my hand looks to the floor. And as I'm doing this, my thumb is gonna glide from the top to the bottom edge. Okay? And as I'm doing this, the card gets facing down on top of the pack again. Now it seems like you're doing a lot of things at the same time, and I can tell you once you have the move down, it is gonna be a very fluid motion. So one more time, you're here, here, 360, 180, your thumb glides as the hand turns around, and this whole card gets facing down on top of the pack. So this was just a little information like how to do the trick, or actually the double lift. Now I'm gonna show you the same move a little bit detailed. So here is the explanation for this move. Okay, you catch a double, you catch a break underneath two cards because you have to perform a double lift. Okay, and when you turn it around, leave it out jogged. Okay, so now you can press with your index finger on the top edge, so it lifts up here just a little bit, so your thumb can contact the non-indexed corner of the card. Okay, and your middle finger contacts the top non-indexed corner, so the grip is basically this. And as you move the card back away from the deck, your index finger just rests on the top edge of the double. Now once you're here, you kind of show one more time to the spectator the jack of spades, and once you're here, your index finger starts to pull the card into your palm. Okay, so it rotates the card, so now it is facing down, and now you continue rotating the card, so it is a 360 spin. Once you're here, you turn the card back around, so it is a 180 flip. Okay, so one more time, you're here, here, show it, 360, 180, and notice that it is a very quick spin, so you don't pause here. Okay, so you don't wait here 2 seconds and then turn around the card. You have to do it as quick as possible, so here and here. Now once you did this, a 360, 180, you have to turn your wrist. Okay, so the back of your hand looks to the floor. Okay, so it is parallel to the floor. Now once you're here, like as you turn your wrist, your thumb is gonna glide from the top edge to the bottom edge, okay? So it is kind of, it looks like the Stuart Gordon double lift. So one more time, you're here, okay? And notice that your ring finger is beneath the cut, so the jack of spades, so the selection, the spectator, so doesn't slide down. So it is kind of a stopper, if that's a word, okay? So here it glides down the long edge here, and as the thumb is gliding down, you turn around the card. Okay, and it is of course now switched for the first selection, which is a random cut, and it gets lost. Okay, and then you could control it back to the top. However, one more time. Have a break, leave it out jog here. Okay, press on the top edge so it lifts up here, but you don't have to push that much. Okay, that's enough. Now get your grip on the non-index corners. As you move it away from the deck, your index finger rests on the top edge. Now do the move, 360, 180 facing down, turn your wrist, okay, so the back of your hand looks to the floor, and as you're doing this, your thumb glides down the long edge and turn around the card. Now, as I've said before, it looks like you're doing that many moves, and this is actually kind of true, but they are very easy moves, and because of that I think you are gonna be able to perform this move very quickly, and once you have the move down, it is gonna be a very fluent motion. And if you're a flourisher, I'm pretty sure you have to perform it, I don't know, 10 to 20 times, and then you will have it down. And here at this point I want to give you one little tip. Once you're here, you shouldn't perform this double lift this way. Okay, so there should be a movement with your hand. Now, of course you could perform it this way, but this looks too simple. So you need this kind of movement with your hand. So there is a difference between this and this. Okay, if you have this movement with your hand, it looks more fancy in my opinion. And for the spectator, it looks like a very complicated move. And with the movement of your hand, I'm pretty sure you will have much more fun because it really feels, from your point of view, really cool too. Okay, so instead of holding your hand in this position the whole time, okay, it makes it a little bit harder and it doesn't look that good. So have this movement with your hand. Okay, it doesn't have to be a movement like this. Okay, this is enough. So spinning your hand, turning your hand around and so on, and then turn it back around. And this is basically the explanation for this double lift. I like to call it the twirl double lift. I don't know if it is original or not. I just wanted to share it with you, and I'm pretty sure you're not gonna use it just as a double lift. I'm pretty sure if you're a flourisher, you are gonna make it a part of your flourish. And I would really hope to see you performing it. So one more time very quick, you're here on the non-index corners, your index pulls it into your palm, so 360, 180 back, your thumb glides from the top to the bottom edge as your hand turns around and flips the card around on top of the pack. And this is basically how you perform the move, my favorite move. So you would perform a standard double lift and then a twirl double lift. But of course, if you like the other two variations better, you can do them too. You just have to know how to do the twirl, and then you can come up with your own ideas of a double lift. And that's been said, that was the double lift. I hope you enjoyed it, and I see you next time.